and welcome back to Bay Sunday. We're here with Harmeet, Dhillon. Thanks so much for coming here this morning.
Thank you for having me, Melissa.
So, how sick are you of being asked about Donald Trump?
Well, pretty sick. It's certainly the favorite topic of every journalist in America right now, and I can't blame them. It is riveting television to watch our campaign.
And as the vice chairwoman of the Republican Party here in California, what are your thoughts on how that might impact your seats, your elections coming up here, the Republicans' ability to get elected in California?
Well, it depends on who you ask. From where I'm sitting, I'm hearing a lot of people who've left the party or are not active calling up our county offices saying, how can I register Republican so I can vote for Donald Trump? So actually, I think it's going to increase voter turnout in many parts of the state. But you know, there's also Republicans who are concerned about some of the messages they're hearing from that candidate, and so you know that may go in the other direction. It's hard to say.
Well, yeah, the latest poll, which was back in I think the fall of last year, showed that he was winning among Republicans in California, registered Republicans in California. Are you nervous that he might be the candidate that our delegates at the National Convention have to cast their vote for?
Well, it's interesting. I see as a party volunteer on the ground, actually the other candidates have much more organized ground game, county structures, and people who will help get out the vote. So while television is one factor, you know, as we've seen in some of the states that happen already, who can turn out the vote is also very important.
Now, some of the folks who get to go to the convention are what's called a national committee man and national committee woman from each state. I understand you are actually running to be the national committee woman from California for the next cycle of elections. Tell us about that.
That's right. Well, the RNC was started in 1856, and we have 168 members. So there's 3 from every state. There's a national committee man, national committee woman, and the chairman of that state or territory. And so the purpose of the RNC is to set the policy platform for the party, set strategy for the party, and help our federal candidates get elected throughout the United States. So it's a very important position, and California only has 3 votes on it. We're the most populous state, and so I feel like it's a great honor to have been recruited by state party leaders to run for this important position.
And when is the election for that?
It's at May 1st in Burlingame at our annual state party convention.
When you go maybe to a conference of all the national committeemen and committee women, as the California delegate, how does that? What do you anticipate that would feel like? I imagine there's some people from other states where the Republican Party runs every piece of the legislature and the governor's office. Are they sort of sorry?
Well,
or are they excited to hear? Oh, really?
Yeah, we are the butt of jokes. I've been to the national conventions before, and you compare us with Texas, for example, and Texas is just a whole different vibe. They're winning, winning, winning on the Republican side, and in California, people look at us and they're like, oh, ha ha. And then, of course, I'm from San Francisco, so they're like, oh, we didn't know there were any Republicans in San Francisco.
Oh,
yes, there are. We're the most hardcore Republicans here in San Francisco and California because we're behind enemy lines.
That's you got to be really dedicated.
We're really hardcore.
Now, if you were elected, you would be the first Indian American.
To my knowledge, and there's certainly none sitting there now.
And the first Sikh as well.
I believe so, yes.
Oh, wow. Well, that would be interesting. And do you think that's part of the reason why it's been there's been such a force to get you to run for the position?
Well, I don't know about that. I think that people have asked me to run because I'm the best candidate for the job. I've been side by side with our chairman, Senator Brulte, to help turn the party around, get us out of debt, and win some races for a change. We got back some seats we lost in 2012 in our 2014 election. And so it's an honor, but I'm a owner of a business. I'm a successful lawyer, and I think people thought that I'd be the best to strongly represent California. We need all the strength we can get in our delegation because we're competing with states that are red states that get the attention, get the resources, and we're the ATM machine for the party. People come here to raise money, but then when the money is handed out and the resources are handed out and the emphasis is given, we're the ugly stepchild of the party. So I'm here to help turn that around.
Excellent. Now, in recent years, I can see that the party has made in California, has made a real effort to focus on local races as opposed to statewide races. Is that, as the vice chairwoman, do you see that strategy continuing?
It will for the immediate future. We're in a rebuilding phase, and what we've done is really reconfigure and working from the grassroots up, trying to identify candidates who are representative of their various communities. And then as they get into the pipeline, they start running for higher and higher offices. So for example, in Orange County, we have I think 5 Asian American women Republicans elected to the Board of Supervisors, to the state Senate, and to the state assembly. And you're going to see more and more of that. In other parts of the state, the focus is on Latino candidates, or candidates who represent their communities, farmers from the Central Valley, et cetera. So that strategy is working for us. Those candidates who represent their districts and are not just randomly people who want to serve, those candidates are winning. And so that strategy is working for us.
Excellent. Well, best of luck to you. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you, Melissa.
And we'll be back with more Bay Sunday right after the break.